Sofia Moschano, Mateo Rat, and Mariano González Blanco. We are senior 3 students at Las Cumbres School, and we are here to share some tips, some advice on how to take care of your mental health, especially during times of coronavirus.
Focus on what you do know as opposed to what you don't know. Whenever you find that your anxiety leads you to consider the what-if scenarios that appear directly in World War II, refuse to accept the bait. Instead, focus on the facts. For example, although you don't know whether you will be infected with virus, you do know that the symptoms of most people infected with COVID-19 are mild and easy to control. Or, you don't know when the crisis will end, but you do know that there is an unprecedented global collaboration between scientists who are racing to find vaccines and treatments. Or, you don't know when you will see your beloved family and members who live in other countries. But you know you can video chat with them and keep in touch. Focus on what's in your control as opposed to what isn't. When you feel overwhelmed by what is happening, stop doing anything for a while, and then turn to think about the things you can control. For example, if you're in a supermarket, you cannot control whether other shoppers have washed their hands, but you can control things like when you open the door with gloves or with your elbows. If you're asked to work from home, you cannot control when you will be allowed to return to the office, but you can make a list of tasks you can complete at home, such as emptying a trash can, canceling gym memberships, researching a cheaper mobile phone plan to divert, or resolve the magazine that your partner has been asking you about.
Our third advice is to focus on what you can do as opposed to what you can't. With this, we mean that whenever you feel powerless, think of and focus on things that you can do instead of what you can't. For example, if you have a football community team and the games are cancelled, don't give up. You have to watch the replays of the previous matches so as to prepare for the next one. Another example is that if you are in lockdown and can't get out of your home, you don't just have to think about meeting your friends and seeing them, but instead you can think about learning a new skill, for example, and that's something that you can do while being at home. The fourth thing that helps a lot in this case is helping yourself by helping others. Whenever you feel your mind is blocked, one way to get unstuck is helping others. In fact, being kind benefits us in every aspect. Practicing kindness and helping with others' problems are great ways to reinforce our feelings regarding agency and control. It makes you feel more empowered and connected. In these times, it's very important to feel like that because most of the people suffer of isolation or stress. One way to apply this in our daily life is texting someone that has been hit by the pandemic and affected by it, or someone that feels alone, for example. You can tell that person how you manage to solve a situation in which they are and how you manage your own worries.
Our fifth advice is to limit your news consumption. While it is true that with everything going on, you might want to check the news quite often, if done in excess, it can be pretty damaging to your mental health, causing you added stress. It is important to know your limits and know the difference between informing or updating yourself and overwhelming and over-informing yourself. Here's a pro tip. Set a specific time or moment in the day where you're going to check the news, and the rest of the time, do other things that will distract you and calm you down. Avoid overthinking and worrying about the topic. Don't waste your time getting stressed about it. Just relax, enjoy your time, and take a break. Our last and probably most important advice is to keep your perspective. It is a fact that this is a very hard time we're going through, and it's just as terrible for everyone. But we have to look on the bright side, or else we'll lose our minds. See the lights at the end of the tunnel. We're not quite there yet, but the whole world is working extra hard for this to be over as soon as possible. We all have to work hard as a team and support each other in order to move forward. Someday it will be over. When? Nobody knows. But we can't lose our hope. Luckily, humanity is constantly changing and is used to adapting. We could find tons of ways to adapt in this past year, and we're persistently looking for more. This will be over soon. Just hope. That's all. We hope you found these tips helpful, and thank you so much for watching and for listening.